The college Republicans had the audacity to say that the American people should respect the jury verdict in the criminal trial against Donald Trump, where Trump was convicted on 34 felony counts for falsification of business records. And now all of the young Republican chapters are pissed that the college Republicans would have the audacity of saying the following: today's convictions are the result of a politically motivated prosecution, but a verdict was handed down by jurors whose decisions were made in accordance with our criminal justice system. As such, the outcome of this trial should be respected, just like the decision of voters on November 5th. Come on, college Republicans, that was not MAGA enough. Even though you lie in this post and say that convictions are politically motivated, which they are not, how dare you in the MAGA cult world of Donald Trump say that a jury verdict should be respected? Don't you know that the Republican Party is full-fledged MAGA? Law and order doesn't matter in your political party anymore. That's gone and past. This is the Trump cult authoritarian party. Whatever Donald Trump says goes. Donald Trump says the election's rigged. The election's rigged. Donald Trump says that bamboo was imported to change the results of the 2020 election. Bamboo it is. Secret satellite dishes were planted in Italy that somehow changed the votes when it connected with the dead body of Hugo Chavez and something or other. That's what goes. That's what happens in the MAGA Republican Party. Anyway, here's the article that we wrote. MAGA loyalists are now blasting college Republicans for stating Trump's conviction is respected. How dare you? An RNC member, a Trump campaign staffer, and others melted down. The official college Republican account, which raises money on the official WinRed platform, was blasted by MAGA loyalists for stating that the Trump's conviction should be respected. The group critiqued the conviction while calling for it to be respected along with the 2024 election results. How dare you? How dare you? That's what the MAGA Republicans were saying to the college Republicans. MAGA Republicans have melted down over the tweet. Here's a sample of some of the responses. The Penn State College Republicans. We are proud to have zero affiliation with the college Republicans. This statement is entirely out of step with our organization and any other college Republican group across the United States. Rich Zeoli, a talk show host, goes, worst take ever. Why do we have an appeals process if verdicts are supposed to be respected? Have you ever heard of the Innocence Project? Rob Manns, MAGA Republican, goes, verdicts from political show trials and kangaroo courts should never be respected. The rule of law will be coming for the fascists that did this soon. Responses like this are useless, and we will not support Republicans who refuse to fight like this organization. Republicans for National Renewal, a far-right Republican group, goes, this defunct and disloyal organization should be stripped of its status as the RNC's official college auxiliary for its betrayal of the Republican presidential nominee. What a betrayal. How dare you, college Republicans, say that jury verdicts should be respected. Liz Wheeler, the right-wing host, goes, would you tell your roommate to respect her boyfriend if he was abusing her? No. Somehow that's related to the Trump criminal trial. I explained that, oh, maybe because Trump sexually assaults E.G. No, you don't respect your abuser, whether it's a boyfriend. Oh, that's where you're going with this. Or the politicians weaponizing the judicial system against their political opponents. America First Legal, Stephen Miller. I'm sure they're going to have a great take here. What? In accordance with our criminal justice system? Seriously? Very sad to see the college Republicans espouse such a boneheaded statement, so divorced from reality and any understanding of the law. Don't you realize the way authoritarians are supposed to behave, college Republicans? They don't respect jury verdicts. Young conservatives, this is not the way. Horrible judgment, horrible. Cassandra McDonald from Timcast. Republicans love to lose. The Louisiana College Republicans How can you say that the trial was unfair and then in the same breath say we should accept the results? Republicans should be fighting for a fair process. It is so sad to see this posted from a college Republican account. C.J. Pearson, failed GOP candidate and January 5th rally speaker. As the national chairman of the GOP Youth Advisory Council, this is disgusting and errant statement issued by the college Republicans that does not represent the views of college Republicans in our country. Affirming this political persecution in any way isn't just wrong, it's disgusting. Buzz Patterson of Red State. Don't ever ask me to speak for you idiots again. It's a no. The California college Republicans, what an unserious Republican response to this sham, rigged political persecution of a trial against President Trump. We need to cosplay that Donald Trump is our warlord in MAGA world. And no, that's not what they said. The college Republicans is run by Democrats. Full stop. Oh, college Republicans. You're run by Democrats because apparently only Democrats now believe that jury verdicts should be respected after grand juries indict, after 7 weeks of trial, 5 weeks of evidence being produced, 12 hours of deliberation. See, it's Democrats that only believe in our jury system right now and our judicial system. Actually, college Republicans, you may be onto something there. Chris LaCivita, the Trump advisor, who others in the Trump campaign think may be secretly undermining Donald Trump. But here, LaCivita goes, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Harmeet Dillon, an RNC member, goes, what the heck? Lose my number, you little tools. You little tools, you. Laura Loomer, far-right Trump ally. Wow, major L for the absolute losers in college Republicans who worked to help Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley during the GOP presidential primary. As Donald Trump would say, go home to mommy. But isn't that what Donald Trump says? I want to go home to mommy. I'm a big boy. Is that what Donald Trump says? Jack Pasibik of Turning Point USA. You will be burned to the ground. Normal behavior. Brandon Mele, Turning Point Action. As chairman of whatever this Republican, I denounce you, you awful group. They've done nothing but hate Trump at every turn. I thought that once Trump easily became the nominee, these college Republicans would knock it off. I was wrong. I fully endorse the @US College GOP and hope to see the college Republicans disintegrate immediately. Gabe Gudineri goes, the college Republican says Trump's conviction is legitimate and the verdict should be respected. This organization doesn't stand with President Trump. It's not the president. College Republicans isn't unfit to associate with the Republican Party. It's time for the GOP to recognize a new college Republican organization. By the way, Donald Trump gave that speech before the young Republicans, remember the young Republicans in Washington, D.C., they're the ones who tried to fill the room at that libertarian convention and try to block the libertarians from sitting at their own convention so that Donald Trump wouldn't be booed. And remember, Trump confiscated the squeaky chicken toys because he didn't want that in the room, but I guess people can boo and make other noises. The New York young Republicans are the ones who go to the bodega and they do all of those stunts during Donald Trump's criminal trial to act like Donald Trump has support in these different areas. Remember, we exposed them and called them out there. Well, Donald Trump spoke at the New York Young Republican, their convention back in December. So you see that they're against these college Republicans for saying respect the jury verdict, right? So naturally we should ask, okay, well, what are they for? What are their values? What are they talking about? Well, when you talk about sexually assaulting women, that's locker room talk. So when Donald Trump was speaking to the young Republicans at their convention in December, Donald Trump said that he had spoke to a general, and the general said, I've seen war. I've seen people die in battles. But Donald Trump, when you said that grabbing women's genitals was locker room talk, that was profound. That was bravery. This is what Donald Trump says to the young Republicans. Watch this.
But I went onto that stage just a few days later, and a general who's a fantastic general actually said to me, sir, I've been on the battlefield. Men have gone down on my left and on my right. I stood on hills where soldiers were killed. But I believe the bravest thing I've ever seen was the night you went onto that stage with Hillary Clinton after what happened. And then that woman asked you the first question about it. And I said, locker room talk. It's locker room. What are you talking? Locker room talk. That was not a great...
What else does Donald Trump say to these young Republicans who are attacking the college Republicans? Al Capone, the mobster, the mafia leader who killed lots of people. His nickname was Scarface. He was the greatest of them all, the late, great Al Capone. Watch this. Play the clip.
First time in history. And I always say Al Capone, the greatest of them all, gangster, Scarface.
What about climate change? Because I feel like Gen Z and college students care about the climate. They're going to be dealing with the ramifications of how other generations have screwed this all up. But what Donald Trump says with the young Republicans, it's a con job. It's all fake. Climate not real, he goes, because some boats, they get stuck in the Arctic. Play the clip.
Understand? Because I don't view him as a stupid guy. Is this the biggest con game in the world? I mean, does he really believe this? He goes to China over global warming, which they don't use anymore because it's not getting warmer. It's actually getting a little cooler. So now they call it climate change. Because climate change covers everything. If it gets warm, climate change is one of the greatest con jobs ever because global warming didn't work. Because, you know, remember when they sent the boats out to the Arctic, freezing cold, and the scientists were in the boat, a big ship, and they were worried about the icebergs because they were melting, and they had a little cold wave that lasted for about 2 days, and it was so vicious and so cold that the ice formed around the ship and started crushing the ship like it was a little... Remember, we had to send helicopters in to get him. The ship was just engulfed in ice, and they're talking about global warming. So we're destroying our country.
So that's who this party is. And I'll share a glimpse of once you graduate, and this is what you become. You start off as a young Republican, and this is what you can have in your future. Play the clip.
Motherfuckers! These are all the judge is a piece of shit. Right here. The Jesus James is a piece of shit.
You just killed our country. You just let them.
Bragg is a shit. We're all owned by China.
Welcome to your
China owns
You're
Biden.
Alvin Bragg.
Biden owns you.
You're Alvin Bragg. Mr. Rodriguez.
You.
Officer Dillon is rolling in his grave. Rolling in his grave. Officer Dillon is rolling in his motherfucking grave. Wait until we start spitting on you like Columbia University. You just wait.
Yeah, that's enough. We don't need to play anything more of it. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.